Hi, I'm John L. Johnson. Today we are talking about comparison in the insurance industry, and joining me now to talk about that is Chris Ritter with Compare.com. How are you, Chris?
Great, how are you?
Great. So we're talking about comparison, and that's one of the things that seems to be disrupting the industry. Exactly what is comparison, and how is it changing the way we do business?
Yeah, sure. I mean, so comparison is, one of those topics that has taken hold in most other industries and most other verticals just much faster than it has in insurance. And we think there's, a few different things that are causing it to really take hold in the insurance industry now. One of which being consumers are conditioned to expect it, and so there's more and more power going from the insurance companies to the consumers. I think also the technology is in a place where for an insurance company to actually participate in the comparison channel is a heck of a lot easier now than it was maybe 5 or 10 years ago. And also just the nature of the competitive situation in insurance is that you've got a couple of huge players at the top, and then you got everybody else that having a hard time competing for share of voice. And comparison gives them an opportunity to get in front of a consumer that otherwise they might not be able to.
Has that really been effective? Because sometimes it can be a challenge for those smaller organizations to compete with those big ones.
Well, it absolutely is, because a lot of those smaller insurance companies might be actually a better choice for the consumer than the big one. Just because you've got some of the big ones spending $1 billion plus in advertising doesn't mean that they're the right choice for that particular consumer, right? So both in terms of maybe having a better price or having a better quality offering, or both, a comparison channel will give a consumer an opportunity to be aware of that smaller player that otherwise they might not even know existed.
So what's the next step for a comparison in the insurance industry? How do you see it continuing to change the way we do things?
Yeah, so right now it's still really small, right? So it's still kind of early days in certainly Compare.com. Google Compare, obviously, a lot of folks are talking about. Some of the other players are experiencing significant growth just within the auto insurance vertical itself, right? So I think the next step is an increase in consumer participation and awareness that there is such a place that you can go online and compare auto insurance, right? Because I think a lot of customers don't necessarily know about that, right? I think the next step from there is other verticals, right? So home insurance, health insurance, life insurance, and also non-insurance verticals as well. One thing that we've seen play out in other markets, other countries, is that auto insurance was kind of the first step, but that other verticals shortly came thereafter.
So what's the one thing people should take away as they watch this? What's the one thing they should prepare for?
Yeah, I think it's acknowledging that comparison is here, and to make sure that they have a well thought out strategy around how to participate, if to participate at all, right? So the right strategy might be, comparison is not really what our company is going to be doing, but to have that well thought out and intentional is very different from kind of sticking your head in the sand and pretending like it's not really here, because it's how consumers are more and more expecting to shop. All the trends and all the macro trends are going in the direction of this kind of a model. And so for them to have a well thought out strategy is really important.
Don't stick your head in the sand.
Sure.
Absolutely. Thank you so much, Chris. I appreciate you taking the time to talk to us.
Thanks so much.
And thanks so much.